Hi, this is Thunder from Booredatwork.com, and today I'll be talking about Nokia and what Nokia needs to do with Windows 8. So Nokia has announced the Nokia Lumia 920 and the Lumia 820. They announced this about 2 weeks ago, and when they did that, stock price basically tanked and went down the window. That's because, of course, investors were not sure about price and availability. About a week and a half later, Apple announced the iPhone 5. The iPhone 5 came out, and of course, Nokia's stock has improved then, and we've seen some of the shortcomings with that. We also found out that HTC will be the official flagship Windows phone with the 8X and 8S. Now, Nokia is in a little funny predicament in the sense where the 920 is considered by most people as to being a solid all-around device in terms of hardware and specs and things like that. And Nokia needs to actually use this opportunity that they're in to actually push forward and press forward and show people what their device is all about. Granted, we don't have specific dates, and we know that quite well because those dates will come once Windows Phone 8 has its full official announcement, which should be sometime in October. But we do know that it's coming out on AT&T November 2nd. Rumors have stated out there. So here are a few things I think Nokia needs to do. So you have two devices, the Lumia 920 and you have the Lumia 820. What they need to do basically is make sure that the devices are available across all platforms. Now the 920 is the hero device, and I believe that device should be available on AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, and T-Mobile. I mean, that's the best approach. We've seen Samsung do that with the Galaxy S3. They do that with the Galaxy 9. I think they should take the same approach, make sure it's available on all those carriers, and then also US Cellular, because once people realize it's available there, people do not switch because of devices. Nobody does that anymore. What people do now is basically buy the best device that they think they have on their network. So make sure that the 920 is available on every single carrier. The 820, you can have specific carriers which will carry that. We know T-Mobile will be getting that, and maybe another carrier too. That's something I think that will be vital there. Now, advertising. This is where Nokia needs to really step up its game and do some very good work here. They have a very distinct advantage for two reasons. Because one, the iPhone 5 has come out and a lot of people are not convinced that it is a top tier device as it should be, and Nokia can take advantage of what they have with hardware with the 920. And also the HTC 8X is even though it's deemed as the flagship Windows phone, you can see from the design and also this color style that it looks like they are basically borrowing a lot from Nokia. So they should also bring that out there. And also, of course, we've had the whole debacle with Apple and their maps, and Nokia, of course, is well known for their maps. So I think that's where they really should push this, and I think they should have two types of ads, or two sets of ads, if you will. You have ads for your 920 and for the 820. So we'll talk about the 920 first. Now the 920 of course has a lot of features that they can basically point out in ads, and I can think of 4 solid ads they can actually do. The first ad I think they should really do is just focus on the screen. Now yes, every device has a high def display, but Nokia's Pure Motion Plus HD display allows you to actually especially in the winter. I live in New England, I live in Boston, so it gets cold. I can actually use my gloves. I don't have to get special gloves or anything special or stylus. I can use my gloves and basically navigate my phone. So I can think of a simple ad here. Okay, winter's coming, football season, a bunch of guys shoveling snow, and one of the guys like, oh my god, the game's on, what's the score? Now the other 2 guys are basically trying to take their gloves off, fumbling with their phones, and you have your 920. You just take it out of your pocket, slide open the screen, and boom, you already have the scores right there with your ESPN app because the live tiles are already being tagged into your home screen. That's it, and you're like, guys, here's the score, done. Just shows that it's an effective, solid device. I think that's a very good ad they could run. The second one actually be on the camera. I think the camera itself, we've seen, I have videos out there with the camera with its image stabilization as well as low light capabilities. I think that would be something that was really cool, and I can just think of an ad where you have a bunch of ladies out at a concert and everyone's taking photos of the concert with their cameras, and you can see, of course, it's low light at a concert, and the pictures come out pretty shitty, and she takes out her 920, she takes photo, it looks great, and she starts recording and she's jumping up and down recording, and it still is a solid photo video. So I think that is another ad they should play. The third ad also should be on something to do with wireless charging and NFC. Now you have the JBL speaker dock, which basically you can tap, play your music wirelessly, and also charge your device wirelessly. I think they should actually do something around that, where you have a guy or basically a bunch of roommates or in college or something, or just in a house, and one of the guys is looking for his charger, or basically you could actually play on the fact that the iPhone 5 basically has a new charging dock and basically has to get an adapter for it, and you just come in with your Lumia 920, you tap, place, done. Something like that I think would work. And finally, I think the fourth ad they should run is basically on the apps. Now we know Nokia makes some very, very good apps, maps, and that are being powered by Navitech, used by the military. Amazon's using it right now, and it's very, very effective. So I think what they need to do is just basically showcase their maps and show that. Tell people that, look, they're the only company that have offline maps that actually work offline. So you can download your maps and actually use it and actually focus on that point. So that even if you lose signal or connectivity somewhere, you still have navigation, you still have maps, and you still have Nokia Transit and all that stuff together. So you should showcase all that in one very, very cool and simple and informative ad. And then on the 820 side, since of course that's the lower tier, I think they should actually use Nokia Music to actually showcase the device, talking about how Nokia Music is free, and you can have all, even though your 820 has only 8 gigabytes of storage, you have free music, so you have access to all this music on the go. And also talk about the fact that you can actually swap around the casing for the 820. So you could get a case that's rugged, you could get a case that does wireless charging, and it fits to your style. And I think that is something they can showcase and talk, and also maps with that too. So you do have this functionality in there. But I think with the 920, they need to push this 4 ads that I mentioned. They're talking about screen, the camera, wireless charging, NFC, as well as maps. Now I think Nokia needs to start doing this sometime in October. Granted, we still don't know when it's coming out, but I mean, rumors are November 2nd on AT&T, so they should start pushing this sometime within the 2nd week of October, pushing all these ads there, talking about different aspects of the device, because I think people would be shocked to hear that Nokia actually makes a very, very solid device on Windows Phone, and also the fact that their maps power every single Windows Phone out there. It doesn't matter if it's HTC or anything like that, but they power Windows Phone. So HTC could be the quote-unquote official Windows Phone device, but Nokia maps or powers Windows Phone. Simple. Done. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts. I think what Nokia needs to do to basically push the brand and move forward with the Lumia 920. It's a device that has a lot of cool features, and also the 820 too. But the main thing I would suggest is to make sure it's available on every single carrier, because people will not switch just this device anymore unless you have shitty service and you really just want to quit your service. But in all honesty, people do not want to switch. So make sure it's available on every single carrier, and also run those 4 ads, and you guys will be good. So if you guys have any questions or any comments you think you want to add to this, or you have any ideas, let us know. Also just leave a comment with this video or with the posting on the website at Booredatwork. So this is Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy entertainment.